Greetings and welcome to Pinball Help. Mike here. Tonight work continues on this Bally Embryon. And in the first video, I just showed a first look at it from picking it up. And we had it working except for the right flipper wasn't working. Replaced a fuse holder up there. Still was having problems with all the right flippers. So I pulled out the schematics and I was looking at them and I was tracing the wires. And I was like, okay, it's got to be somewhere in here because this is the wire that sends power to the flipper, and the flipper button wasn't working, but I knew there was power at the flipper. Once again, though, I was bitten by something I should have known because I've run into this problem in the past, right? So I'm tracing all of this, and I even repinned the connector in the back that goes into the driver board in A3J1. It was an IDC, and I just replaced it with a regular Trifucon one. But then I started thinking, you know what? Occam's razor applies. I've run into these flipper problems in the past. And so I just started taking a look at the end of stroke switches. And there was something wonky about the end of stroke switch on one of them. So I cleaned all the contacts and readjusted everything. And I think that may have actually solved the problem. Although I don't know if repinning the connectors on the power driver board didn't help either. But all I do know is that I got it all working. My general advice is going to be is if you have flipper problems on these 80s era Ballys, check these end of stroke switches because the power goes through them. They're normally closed. So if they get oxidized or over time the metal gets fatigued and there's not a good contact or they stay open, then the flippers just won't even work. And that, I think, is probably a relatively common problem with these games, especially when they're getting to the age that they're getting to now. So let's set the game up and see what happens. Okay, we got the playfield down. Let's see it booting. Okay, we have it working. Now let's start a game and see what happens. All right, check our left flipper. Check our right flipper. Yes, both of them are working. So we've got it working now. I did notice that there's a couple of screws and bolts missing on the flippers. They're not completely screwed down. One of the coil stops is missing a lug. So I'm not going to play a whole lot on this game until I completely rebuild the flippers. But we do have everything working. So my plan is now going to be to shop this game out and get it as nice and clean as possible. There's a little tiny bit of wear. Up there is going to be a little bit more of a problem. I'm hoping that my lady, who is good with paint, will want to try her hand at that. She did really good with the Flash Gordon. You should see my video on the Flash Gordon to see what she did. But I'm going to clean this all up. I think it's going to clean up nicely. And I'm looking forward to getting a chance to play this and seeing it all blinged out with LEDs. So stay tuned for more. And as always, thanks for watching.